Well, the Christians like to say that the Satan went to war with HaShem and did not want to listen to him, and thereby went to entice Adam and Eve. That's a Christian thought because they believe that the Satan is independent from HaShem, meaning he has a power of his own that is against HaShem, and in essence he's fighting HaShem. This is complete nonsense. No one is fighting HaShem. None of the angels are fighting HaShem. Why? Because they are his servants. If any angel does anything against HaShem, they get instantly destroyed. It's not like us where we do things against HaShem, but HaShem gives us more time. So there is no angel that's fighting against HaShem. Does this angel do things that HaShem doesn't necessarily want to happen, meaning that it's not the desire of HaShem for it to happen? Sure, but that's his job. That's the job that HaShem gave him. Meaning, HaShem doesn't want you to sin, and the Satan entices you to sin. So he doesn't really want you to sin, but yet he allows the Satan to entice you to sin because he pays the Satan, if you will, to entice you to sin. He is the resistance. Because if it wasn't for the Satan, you wouldn't have any desire to sin. And if you don't have any desire to sin, there's no point to the whole world, because everybody will be righteous. So that's not the whole thing. So Hashem created the Satan in order to entice us, in order to entice Adam v'Chava, Adam and Eve, in order to entice us as a way to either reward or punish us in order to give this whole world a point. If Adam v'Chava wouldn't have sinned, then there wouldn't be death in the world, then the world would be perfect, permanently, and in essence, a purposeless world. It would be a purposeless world. The fact that they did sin made the purpose begin at that point. Now, does that mean that if Adam and Chava wouldn't have sinned, then the world would stay perfect forever? No, because somebody else could have sinned, that they would have produced, Satan would have enticed them, and the purpose would have just simply started later on. So it's not necessary, we can't just blame them on everything. Okay, it started with them, but that's not necessarily the only thing. Like if it wouldn't have started with them, it could have started with Seth, it could have started with Cain, it could have started with Steve, it could have started with somewhere else. Okay, so the point being is that Hashem sent the Satan, gave the Satan a job in the world in order to be the resistance, like the weights. You go to a gym, you lift weights. Why do you lift weights? Because you want to break your muscles down in order for them to grow. The more weights you lift, the more you're breaking the muscles. And if it's under control, you can develop bigger muscles and bigger muscles. The more resistance, the more exercises, and so on and so forth, the more you develop. Satan works the same way. On a lower level person that's simply a young person, he gives them a Satan level 1 or 2. A person that is spiritually higher, meaning he's more righteous, doesn't have a smaller Satan. Rather has a bigger Satan. Meaning, Rabbi Ovadiah's Yetzirah, his evil inclination, was much greater than all of us put together. We think the opposite. We think that the more righteous a person is, the less evil inclination they have. No, it's the opposite. Why? Because he can lift more. Therefore, the resistance is more. Just like if a guy is a bodybuilder, he's not going to exercise with 1 pound weights. Why? Because it won't affect him. For him to really develop his muscles, he has to lift a lot more. Same concept with someone that's more righteous. But needless to say, whether it's for the really ultra-righteous people or the average Joe like us, Satan exists as a resistance, as something that's going to put pressure on you in order to justify either a reward or a punishment. If you overcome the resistance and you do the right thing, then you deserve a reward for it because you overcame something. If you fail, then you deserve a punishment. Hence the reason of why you're in this world, hence why there is a choice that you have to make. But the Satan itself is not given a free right to do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, without a price for himself. Now the Baal Shem Tov says, there is a Gemara that says that the Satan, after Mashiach comes, will be slaughtered by Hashem. Meaning, in essence, the Satan will be removed from his role, and his ability to do evil and so on will be destroyed, and he'll be punished, if you will. So the question is, why would he be punished if he's doing his job? If he's doing his job, why is he punished? Right? We just said for the last 5 minutes he's doing his job. So why is there a teaching that says he's going to be punished? He's going to be slaughtered when the Mashiach comes. The answer is, the Baal Shem Tov says, is that the Gemara in Masechet Pesachim says that just like on Shabbat, on Pesach, it's considered Yom Tov, and you're not allowed to paint, and you're not allowed to slaughter. So, why are you not allowed to slaughter? Why not to slaughter? Say you're not allowed to kill. Yeah, but what else? It says because you're painting. When you slaughter an animal, there's blood everywhere. It's like painting. So the Baal Shem Tov says, from there we learn this answer about the Satan. That's how the tzaddikim, they learn things from things that we don't even think are related. He said, look, Satan, what does he do? He entices you to sin. Right? He entices you to sin. How does he entice you to sin? By painting the sin like a mitzvah. He doesn't just say, listen, pig, eat. No, you're not going to eat. If you have, half of fear of Hashem, you're not going to eat pig. You're not going to eat. They say, what is he going to say? They say something. They say, look, you're allowed to go to this nightclub. Oh, no, Rabbi said, no nightclub. No, find a shidduch. Oh, okay. Find a shidduch. Find a shidduch, you're allowed. Find a shidduch, you're allowed. Mitzvah. That's what Satan does. Satan paints the sin. He paints the sin like a mitzvah. And for that, I'll get punished. Painting it like a mitzvah. That's what the Baal Shem Tov says. So, point being is that, again, it's this part is something that he does, let's say, above and beyond his role in the world. Just like Paro punished Am Yisrael above and beyond his role. But that's, again, not independent of Hashem to the extent where it's like he is at war with Hashem. It's not like a war with Hashem like the Christian thought. It's something. It's a manifestation of certain things that he does, and but it's not independent of Hashem. It's not a separate power from Hashem. It's not like he can do something that is against Hashem. None of that stuff exists. It's just he is there to do his job, but he's not a complete robot. He's not a complete robot to the point where he just does, when you press go, he goes, when you press off, it's off. He has some independence within that role. It's like what I would compare it to as a weak analogy perhaps, but nonetheless an analogy, is artificial intelligence. AI. That's what it's really like. It's like, it is a technology that's technically run by man, but it develops over time to have some level of independence. This is something like it. Something like it. At least that's the way I can think of now.
B'Shem Hashem Na'aseh v'Natzliach, we're very excited to offer you the new Be'ezrat Hashem app 3.0. It's a newer, faster app, full of Torah, lots of Kedusha by the Shiurim that we do, myself, Rav Ephraim, Rav Chaim, where you'll have also newer features where you're able to use the app while you're using other applications on your phone. You'll be able to share the lectures directly from the app. You'll be able to donate online and support our Kiruv and our Torah work that we're doing. And the most exciting feature is that you'll be able to actually ask questions directly on the app and get answers from the rabbis directly from the app. This is something unprecedented, and Baruch Hashem will be able to offer it. Thank you again for all of your support. Check it out. Make sure you have the kosher Torah that will re-energize your neshama each and every single day. Call to B'chava Tzlacha.